years like this, man. It's crazy.
How's the boat coming along?
I don't know. I haven't really talked to. I mean, I talked to Russ last week, I guess, about some stuff, but kind of just staying quiet till I get up there, and I like to be like a little surprised.
Do you tell him you're coming or no?
I called him last week and I told him I was gonna come up. He's like, I'll be out of town a couple days that week. He's like, come the week after. So I was like, all right.
You think Ross will make it? Said he was, right?
Yeah, I mean,
They still whacking him in the abacos?
yipper.
Travis caught 5 blues in a sail the other day. I don't know what he was fishing yesterday. I don't know what he's is Walker still considered the abacos?
That's a good question.
Look at this. We get so much humidity above in the headliner from it being so hot that we have to run a dehumidifier and pull the lights out. If not, it'll start to drip up front and on the counter up front.
Wow.
It's pretty fucking lame.
How hot is it there?
It's not terribly hot. Well, especially since the wind turned around and came out of the north last night. But if it's blowing southeast, it's fucking humid. It's like 80% humidity. And I try to keep it not so cool in here, but they like it cold in here. And the boss is always on and off the boat, so kind of got to keep it that way. But it creates so much. There's not a great insulation above the headliner, so I'm gonna hopefully over the summer or maybe in the fall be able to find somebody to do a headliner in Ocean City, or come to Ocean City and do a headliner and put some insulation above there to kind of keep the outside. It's fucking like
Yeah.
this boat. I never really you probably dealt with the same thing on the Weaver, like just dumb shit like that, shouldn't be. I mean, so I've had stuff like that happen on the Cason, but it's not as prevalent as this.
You said that boat's going to Costa Rica, right?
Yeah, the guy's putting a tower on it. They were like, we were like, oh, and the guy wants to take some of the blood money guys and take them to fish the List 1 Year Series too, and he had dinner with them and everything, and everybody's like, that boat doesn't need a gyro. And I was like, it doesn't. I don't feel like it does, especially in Costa Rica. You put a fucking tower on it, and now I feel like it needs a gyro.
Yeah. See on the piling behind you? See that that pad that somebody strapped there?
Uh-huh.
Do you think there would be a demand if I had somebody make like a Gucci one that with big buckles on the back, and then you boats traveled them and then would clip them onto a piling?
Fucking here, yeah, because those are metal. We have the wood pilings off the bow, but these are metal ones, and I hit them all the time. I fucked up my whole. I've always hit them. They have the soft coating on them, but once you run through that, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Most of them are fucked up because it's old. I mean, anything's possible,
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you just think of that, or have you been thinking about that?
I've been thinking about it for a while, and my buddy sells fenders. I've been talking to his guy that makes the fenders if he could make a prototype for me like that. And he said, yeah, absolutely. Especially on my Weaver with no bow thruster. I know I definitely could have used one in the Bahamas and shit. Fucking just roaring off fucking pilings.
It's kind of what they're there for,
Yeah, no, for sure. But it would, if you could just add a little padding to it, especially on windy days when you really lean into it.
Yeah.
Because even still, man, I would get you'd get wood chunks up on the nails on the rub rail and shit.
I feel like I've gotten to be a worse boat driver in the last couple months. I don't know why. I'm not as aggressive as I usually am around the dock, and I hit a concrete dock the other day and kind of cracked on just under the rub rail. Because the flare on this boat is insane. And I went to go pivot off of there, and I nudged the dock a little bit.
The balls on the boat?
Huh? Yeah. Oh yeah. I can fix it when I get home. It's no big deal. It wasn't that bad, but of course, but still. And then I'd gotten slower, and like now getting in. I used to just throw it up on the fuel dock, and now I'm like the guys are pulling me in. I'm not judging the wind properly. I'm not like as aggressive with it ever since then. And it's not like I didn't like hit it, you know. I just kind of nudged it a little bit. But when you hit a concrete dock, and you feel it through the whole boat, you know.
Oh yeah.
It's a little easier to drive than the Cason. I feel like it has a keel.
That Weaver, I drove that 70 Spencer way easier than I drove that 58 Weaver. I'll tell you that.
A lot to be said for having a lot of horsepower. Now the props are as big as the props on the Cason, so that's kind of nice. It does like go when you want it to go, where the Cason wasn't quite like that.
Man, I was like, I don't know what it was, but I was like driving that thing. I was like one with it. It was like I couldn't. I just understood it. It fucking. I could park that shit in anywhere with a Weaver. But it's like how you're saying. I just was different. I couldn't. I don't know.
You try to go slower, and you feel like you're out of control. And try to go faster, and you can feel like you're out of control. You know,
it's harder to like, like on the Weaver, since it is an older boat, finding neutral wasn't as easy. Like the Spencer, like I knew when I was in, like it was like a nice click when I was in neutral.
yeah.
Like sometimes on the Weaver, I'm like guessing.
Cason had one shifter that was like didn't have a good click in it. They were both kind of worn out, but
Hey, we got to do a pod about maybe get a good person on too that could talk about this, but I think a good pod would be like preserving meat fish properly and then vacuum sealing them properly.
yeah. Who would be a good resource for that? I don't know anything about it. My mate is good at it. Like I don't know.
I mean, because I'm pretty good at it, and I put a lot into it.
Yeah.
But I know that like I know a lot of people are into it too, and I know like some people are really, really anal about it. Oh, I just texted us. Hey, so Tito literally just called me like 30 minutes ago.
Huh?
And he's like, that's it. He's like, he's like, the podcast, it fucked me. I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, it fucked me. I'm fucked. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? I'm like, what happened? He's like, my fucking mate just fucking quit.
What?
His mate that he literally Tito had trained for fucking like 6 years. And he's like, you stole him, didn't you? I'm like, no, man. I was like, I've known you for a long time. I go, if I were, I would have called you and told you. I go, he never even called me and told me because I'm super close with his mate too.
Yeah.
Tito's not happy, bro. It's like his wife just left him.
Why? Why did he blame it on the podcast?
I don't know why he blamed it on the podcast, to be honest with you, but he did. Probably, I guess maybe saying good things about his operation and somebody fucking offered him a job, he thinks.
Well, it makes me feel good about us. People are fucking listening to our if that's true, that would make me feel epic. But do you think that maybe he just been on the boat for such a long time and it was time for him to get a change?
Maybe we'll find out when we see what boat he ends up on.
Yeah, you don't know what boat he's on yet?
No.
I mean, you can only like I don't know how well he paid the guy, but like you can only work for a program if you want to advance yourself. You can only work for a program like that for so long, you know.
Oh yeah, no, and I mean, I put myself in both their shoes. I mean, yeah, if I'm Tito, I'm pissed, but then if I'm Ray, I'm ready to take the next step. I'm ready to, because he told Tito, he's like, I want to travel and I want to do other things, and he's been stuck in Miami, sail fishing year after year, and then just mahi fish in the summer, which I get it, dude. I fucking couldn't do that in the summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always wanted him to be that kid Ray, man. He's fucking top notch kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I would if I wasn't so close with Tito, I would have fucking snaked him. I'm 40. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. We should definitely have a talk about this. I don't understand how captains can get fucking, and even owners can be so butthurt when a fucking mate leaves. Like, I get it. You love, like, they were great and you really loved them, but like, a mate, most mate job, like, the mate you want is not the mate that's going to sit around and hang out for years on end, you know, in my opinion. You know, mates are like peacocks. You got to let them fly. So, nobody ever laughs at me when I say that.
I was just about to say, I was like, there's 5 peacocks outside my window right now, and they don't fly anywhere.
That's a joke. Nobody ever laugh. I say that all the time, and nobody ever laughs.
Yeah, but it's funnier because I'm literally there's 5 of them outside my window. They literally live at my house.
Are they wild peacocks?
Yeah. No, they're the worst. They sit on my truck and scratch my truck.
Yeah, I never understood why they don't let them, like, why it's such a big deal when mates leave, like, especially if they've been there for a couple years and they go to better themselves. Now, if they go to an inferior program, that's kind of annoying, but there's always a reason why they're leaving, you know. And if you've always been good to them, they're either leaving for better money or better opportunity, and you can't fault anybody for that. I don't understand why. People get mad all the time. Some people are like, "You stole my mate." I'm like, "No, they offered him an opportunity. It's not like you stole. Like, it's not like they went behind your back. They had to talk to them first." And I don't understand it.
I put myself in Tito's shoes because Tito groomed him since he was like 16, 17, you know?
Yeah,
And now the kid's like 24.
yeah. I mean, I get it.
And
I get it. Like, but what were you like? Like, is in captain or no? Like, for me, like, I'm just like, when I on the blood money, we always had younger guys, right? Like, guys I would find that come off a charter boat that I thought were talented. And when they left, I was happy that they left because they went on to better things, you know? And
yeah.
I don't really get it. Like, I mean, I wasn't like excited, but I wasn't mad. I was like happy for them, and I was just like, I'll find another one. You know, it's not like we grow mates left and right in Ocean City either, but there's always one or two that are good, have great attitudes, and they go
Yeah.
on to be really, really good. I've been working out a fair bit, like really working out, and I did late, and I always neglect leg day, and I actually like took it really seriously today, and now I can barely walk.
Hey, I feel the same right now. My legs are sore as shit.
Yeah. I'm not the, and I used like, no, I'm like leg day. You
Nice.
never
Well,
used.
hopefully when I'm in Maryland, we could you come work out with me.
Yeah, I would like that. Probably won't be able to walk after that either, or lift my arms after that.
Oh man.
Trying to keep up with my brother.
He does a lot of cardio, your brother.
Yeah. I used to do a lot of cardio, and I never used to like. Now all I do is, since I've been here, all I've really done is lift, and I feel like I like it a lot better because I hate cardio. I've always hated cardio. Even in my soccer playing days, I was like, this fucking sucks. Running 5, 6 miles. I remember one day I ran around my block when I got back from Paraguay. I ran a block around my block. It was 6.5 miles. And that was the best shape I'd ever been in. And I sprinted for like the last, or almost sprinted for like the last mile. That was when I was 15.
We got Atlas little soccer uniform.
Did you? So you're gonna be a
Oh,
soccer?
yeah.
He's not gonna be a football player?
No.
So I was having dinner with my friend Austin the other night. He runs a max bet. He was talking about um podcasts, and he wants to have Do one with me, you, him, and Dooley.
And who?
And Sean that runs a Viking boat.
Oh, yeah, let's do it. I was good in my head. I was like, Ross is the start now of our. We're gonna have a run of good guests now.
Yeah, good guests.
Because now we gotta keep it high now after Ross.
Yeah, because fuck these fucking people. Like these fucking people that I know their podcasts aren't as good. Like the guests aren't as good, and the conversation isn't as good. But they're doing a good job, and they do a much better job marketing it than us. That girl Katie she's annoying.
She's what?
Katie Sawyer.
Yeah, she didn't follow me back.
Gotta get somebody from Hawaii.
I could get Teddy.
Who's Teddy?
Teddy Huggs. He runs the Bawana. He was captain of the year.
I got you. Yeah.
We got Corey wants to do one. He's been so fucking busy. Who else did I have? Oh, Art still wants to do one.
Yeah. Especially maybe after the final sale, just to do a sailfish season recap.
I could get Chip on. He's always a good talk. Oh, I gotta get Zig. That's the money.
Who's Zig?
He's like a old school South Florida guy. He's fished a lot, man. He knows it. But he's like, I mean, he's like a Quentin, or he's just like a good talker, you know?
Yeah.
I want to get Dave. He runs the Wrapped Up, the Spencer boat, but he was fishing with
Dave Dalfo.
He was fishing with Mahoney for the
Oh yeah,
Triple Crown.
is his name Dave Dalfo? Is that his name?
I don't know his last name.
Right, he runs a Wrapped Up, right? The Spencer.
Yeah.
That's his name.
You heard about that boat the other day, right? 5 for 10, saw 14 blues.
Yeah, the hit and run.
14 they saw.
Yeah, Travis said he saw. Just check me that. Said he saw 5 yesterday. He only got one to eat. And he had 4 sales. Do you know anybody who's been like kind of tuned into that place for the last couple years? It's over there now
Where?
in the northern Bahamas, the Coast.
I might know somebody that would hop on a pod with us.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see why. Why do they think it's like that? Catching slam. That's crazy to catch slams like that, you know?
That's some Venezuela shit.
Like out there in the mushroom in Jurassic Park is where I heard it was going on. I don't know much about it. But that's not like
Shit's sick.
Sailfish kind of territory out there, you know?
They're out there though. You fuckers are random everywhere out there.
Yeah.
I'm fishing the Walkers tournament. Pretty stoked about that.
Who should that with?
That boat Irish Twin that I fished the
I got you.
Atlantic City tournament last year with.
Travis.
And I think I might do that I think it's that Block Island tournament with them, that tuna tournament, Tri-City or something.
Tri-State. Yeah,
Tri-State.
Block Island. Yeah, it could be a good. If they have good water up there, it's pretty. It can be good fishing. Hopefully it sucks and it's right up from Ocean City. Travis had 9 bites. He said he marked a quad of them. He said he had 9. He caught 5 out of 9 and saw 13 blues and 3 for 3 on sales. Hopefully that's good news to come. Things to come for the Mid-Atlantic, but I don't think it works like that.
This episode of Backlash Radio was brought to you by Hook Optics and SquidNation.com.